Going into the new year, being able to cook a fast, easy, delicious meal within cutting your cooking time a third and being able to enjoy the best of the best and have today, for the first time ever, the craziest buy we have ever had on a 6-quart Elite pressure cooker. When you go to hsn.com, there's 179 reviews making this a customer pick. Today, from $109.90, it's $69.90. It is available on 3 flex pay payments as well. So you can get this home at $23.30 a payment on any credit card whatsoever. We have black that is very, very limited. We have the blue and we have the red. You're going to cook your food faster. You're going to retain all of the nutrients, the flavor, save energy, save time, and do it at unbelievable value. Okay, Miss Kelly, I just made my first meal because I bought mine the other day, right?
She came to me, she was so excited.
My ribs, I mean, they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I made way more.
Than what?
Yeah, it said like 2 pounds. I put in like almost 9 pounds of ribs.
Yep.
I was laughing because, I mean, honestly, you had to be careful taking them out because otherwise all the meat was still in the cooker.
It's so
fell
true.
Off the bone.
And then we're going to get to that too, because this is the Elite 6-quart pressure cooker. You can cook for 2 or 22 in this thing. It's this huge capacity. But you might think, why pressure cooking? Maybe you've been intimidated in the past pressure cooking. Now is your time to try it risk-free. There's really no issue whatsoever. Get it home and try it. I used to be intimidated a few years ago. I was like, pressure cooking, really?
Well, I think a lot of us are.
That sounds complicated.
Exactly.
Guess what? We're going to show you how easy it is. This is not your grandmother's pressure cooker. I've got to show you that we have done 2 giant racks of ribs. Look at this.
There you go.
This is what's inside here. And you made more than this. She said she made like 3 times this.
I did.
She was feeding a lot of people. But 2 giant racks of ribs that we've done right inside here. We haven't spent all day smoking them. We haven't gone outside and gotten up at 2 or 3 in the morning. Ask me how long it took us.
How long?
35 minutes.
35
minutes for the tastiest, most beautiful, look at this, fall off the bone, baby back ribs.
Now, see, this is what happens.
Ever seen. Look at the ribs. Every single bone pulls out. This is going to be moist. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be tender. It's going to be infused with flavor because of the science behind pressure cooking. Will actually infuse your meat with the flavors you put inside here. What liquid did you use?
Well, actually, I made the recipe that came in the little...
Oh, in the book?
In the book. The brochure
perfect.
That, well, actually, the instruction manual that came right along with it. Here, I have it.
Look at this.
Because it was a mixture of soy sauce and then a little bit of chicken stock. But they were absolutely delicious. And it took no time.
35
now, did
minutes.
you make these from frozen?
Yes, you can do them from frozen, and you can do any liquid you want whatsoever. So look at this still here.
This is the best.
This talks about how much time you're going to save. So you're going to do ribs and pork in 30 minutes. You're going to do beans from dry, by the way, in 14 minutes. You're going to do beef in 26 minutes. Potatoes no longer an hour in the oven. You're going to do them in 12. Vegetables and fish in 5, and chicken from frozen, Bobby, in 20 minutes.
But it's not only that it cooks it, it was so much better.
Flavorful.
Because the problem I always have with ribs is that they always end up dried out.
Yes.
I mean, whether I've done them in the oven or I do them out on the grill, the flavor, they were so moist, they were so juicy. And look, that's...
Every bone comes out.
You're howling in the kitchen
clean
when you see this.
You are.
And by the way, we want to hear from you if you already have the Elite, because it has been our #1 pressure cooker that we have ever offered here at HSN. Here's the talk line, 1-866-376-8255. So the recipe I made, oh, wait, we have an update already? Okay, only 400 left of the blue. I thought you said the black. So only 400 left of the blue. The blue by far is the most. And this is really simple. I'm like, okay, I want to do something quick. This is the spare rib one I made. Comes right along with it. Shows you exactly how to make the sauce. It's everything I had already in my kitchen. So it was easy. Soy sauce, sugar, vinegar, cayenne pepper. Delicious. But the thing that's incredible about it is that you can do anything from appetizers to meats to you can even do desserts.
Yeah, we're going to do dessert. Yes, we are. And here's the thing. You might be thinking, well, I've seen pressure cookers out there. First of all, I doubt you've seen it at this price. I've never sold it at this price. This is like a New Year's blessing at this price. just get it home and try it because the price is amazing. But you might be thinking, well, why Elite? Well, first of all, Elite is the #1 selling pressure cooker in HSN history, period, hands down. Go online. You don't even have to listen to us tonight. If you're getting ready to go out for the evening, have a safe evening, but just quickly go online and look at the reviews. There's 5-star reviews, hundreds of them. I can't get 3 family members to agree on something for dinner, let alone hundreds of people to agree that it's perfect. But here's why Elite. We build a computer into our pressure cooker. So we have a very different pressure cooker. This is what we call our easy. This is what we call our digital brain. You can see right up here I have a delay timer. This allows me to cook while I'm working, cook while I'm relaxing, cook while I'm doing something I'm not home. Then we have all of our pre-programmed functions. With a lot of pressure cookers, you have to know PSI, time, what's in there, how heavy is it fresh or frozen? Not with Elite. Look, if I'm doing rice or risotto or any kind of a pasta, I push that button.
Yeah, right, that's all you do.
And walk away. If I'm doing potatoes or yams or anything like that, I push that button. If I'm doing meat or chicken, I push that button. Beans and grains, and by the way, that's from dry, totally dry, no soaking, no messing with it, from dry, right in the pressure cooker. I push that button. Soup and stew, I push that button. There's a keep warm function. There's also where you can set your own pressure cook time.
I was going to say, you can manually override if you want to do longer.
If you want to go longer, you have a personal recipe. So now what we tell you is now you can try pressure cooking, and all you need to know is what you're putting in there. You have to know that it's chicken or meat or ribs. Push the button, walk away.
That's it.
Walk away. Yes.
And by the way, just to show everyone exactly how you use, because it's simple. You put everything in it, you turn the lid, it locks.
Locks into place just like that. So you can see all I did was I shut it and I locked it into place. Now once this is under pressure, you cannot get this lid off. It doesn't jiggle, it doesn't move, it doesn't make a noise. It just cooks your food. So you've got this little lever up here that says airtight. When you come under pressure, you leave it on airtight. This little valve will pop up when it's under pressure, so you know it's under pressure.
And by the way, it floats, because I was like, oh, it floats.
It floats,
It's supposed to float.
It's supposed to float. And then when you want to release the pressure and open the machine, you've got to release the pressure to open the machine, you put it on exhaust. So just think of it this way. Airtight, you're cooking. Exhaust, you're eating.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. That's how easy it is.
And then for the guys out there, we give you pictures. So
I know. My husband's like, sorry, take that off.
No. Leave the sticker on just for a few weeks or a few months until you get the hang of it. But it's so easy that you won't even need it.
And the bottom line is we do not have many to go around. Already over 100 have been spoken for. $69.90 for a 6-quart pressure cooker. And even for us here at HN, you know, as Kelly was saying, we have never, ever done this cooker at this price before. It will save you time. And first of all, it saves you energy. You're not running your entire oven. The kitchen stays cooler, but most importantly, the food tastes better. Oh, yeah.
This is our jalapeno spicy mac and cheese. So we've got mac and cheese and jalapenos. And here's the thing about mac and cheese. First of all, look at how cheesy that is. It's perfectly creamy and delicious. I know you know how to make mac and cheese. I'm not teaching you how to make mac and cheese, and we're not reinventing the wheel here. But what we're doing is we're giving you a way to do mac and cheese that, first of all, tastes better. Second of all,
that's good.
Second of all, is faster. And third of all, you're not babysitting anything on the stovetop. You're not dirtying a pot or a pan or a dish. You literally put the pasta in here dry, Bobby. You put it in here dry. You use water or a broth as your liquid.
Because you just have to use any liquid.
Any liquid as your liquid. And all these recipes come included. We include recipes. And then you walk away for 9 minutes. Your pasta cooks to perfection. You take it out from pressure, you pop the cheese in, and in 2 minutes, the cheese has immersed and infused itself into your pasta. And if you want, you can do literally 6 quarts. This is like, I think, 7 pounds. I can't even lift that.
Oh,
here, Allison,
and
that's
can I
for
tell you what that is, Jimmy? You know what's so cool about it, too? That I was able to sit down with my husband and the kids, and you're right, not sit in the kitchen, have to check everything every few minutes. By the way, 800. I'm buying it today. We have only 800 to go around, but this, I really suggest picking up the pressure cooker book also to go right along with it, just to open up to one of the pages, but it's really easy to follow. It's not... It's terrible, I guess, because I'm always in such a rush. If I look at a recipe and it's more than like 20 lines, I'm like, I'm out.
Right.
You know, you want
these are easy.
These are so
but pressure cooking in general is
easy. It's easy because you just, you know, and I think that's such an important point. If you're someone who, you know, maybe you remember the old pressure cookers from years and years ago, this is not like that at all. You don't have to be worried about it. It's easy, it's quick, it's safe. You throw it in, whether it's raw or it's frozen, and you just hit the button and you walk away and you come back to the most amazing meal. And it's funny because I have sold this many times on the air with with Kelly, and I finally went, okay, it's ridiculous. Because I tend to be more of a slow cooker girl. I use my slow cooker all the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe how good it was.
And how easy.
And you know what? You almost can't do it wrong. I mean, if you want to
change, you can't get it wrong. You can't.
You can't, because even if my question is, even if you put a little more liquid or a little less liquid, it's just infusing.
It just infuses it. Yeah, no,
so
absolutely.
You just can't mess it up.
It's goof-proof.
It's
goof-proof. You shut
exactly.
it and walk away. So I'll talk about what we've done here, because this is a typical pressure cooker recipe. You can see how difficult it is. Peppers and onions, I already had them in my fridge. Most of you do. Frozen chicken. This could be steak. This could be pork chops. This could be whatever frozen you have in your freezer. Okay. Then you need a liquid. That's how pressure cooking works. It infuses the food with the liquid. So you choose whatever flavors you want in your liquid. This is a spicy marinara. This could be salsa. It could be beer. It could be red wine. It could be white wine. It could be a can of soup. It could be that easy. But remember, everything inside is going to be infused with that flavor. Because there's nowhere for evaporation to occur, it comes under pressure and it infuses the food, which I love. It cooks it twice as fast, 3 times as fast. Then all you do is shut the lid, and you push the button down here. I have to read this upside down and backwards. It says meat or chicken, and then you hit the start button, and you literally walk away, and it's going to be 20 minutes. Yeah. In 20 minutes, this is what you get.
From frozen. You find yourself after work, running to like a fast food store or getting something that's prepared because you just don't have time to get home and thaw the meat and cook an entire meal. This is the answer to all of your prayers. The food tastes better. Because it's infusing your food with moisture and nutrients, you can also buy, because I tell you what, I didn't buy the most expensive ribs that were out there. Perfect. So you can really buy, in many cases, lesser pieces of meat, or you can buy meats. You can go to like some of your large stores, buy in bulk, put them, put it in the freezer, pull it out of the freezer, and just boom, in a matter of minutes. And we have our on-air sales coordinator, April, who just ordered the red. Really? Well, I tell you, and she's going to make the ribs. And that's what because I thought, okay, I just want to see how it works, and I want something easy. And that rib recipe that I made comes in the little manual that you get. To me, now after I've realized how amazing it is, I'm going for the cookbook. And Allison, what is the price in the cookbook again? I think it's $19.95.
I have the cookbook. I love it.
Really? Okay, good. So I'm
use it all
I'm buying
the
today.
time.
So this comes with it. And there's a few recipes. 600 only left now. And by the way, here's what we have. We have so many people in the ordering process. This is not 1 quart, 3 quart. It's a 6.
It's giant.
It's giant. Yeah. It is giant. It's a 6-quart pressure cooker for $69.90. I saw the price tonight and went, what? And maybe you did not either, pay that price. But when you go to hsn.com and read the reviews, 179 reviews making this a customer pick. People would tell you it doesn't even matter what it costs. I would have paid. You would have paid the $109.90, which
actually, that's one of the reviewers said that.
That's
they
what
said
I said.
It doesn't matter that I got it on sale. I would have paid. But look what I did. I just wanted to mention, I peeled this apart with my fork. This is how moist, how juicy, how tender your meat is going to be. You cannot cook chicken that moist and juicy on the stovetop, and you cannot cook it in the oven, because what happens on the stovetop and in the oven is you see evaporation happening. Bobby, when evaporation happens, that's vitamins, minerals, nutrients, moisture, and flavor leaving your food. Evaporation means stuff is leaving your food. When you cook under pressure, there's nowhere for anything to go. It goes into the food, which there gives you more flavorful food, but in my opinion, more importantly, more nutritious food. It's filled with the vitamins and minerals it's supposed to be filled with.
Exactly.
So it's a healthier way to cook, but it's a faster way to cook too, because it's under pressure. Everything happens 2 to 3 times faster.
Can we put the chart up again? Because I think, it's almost hard to believe it, but when you look at this will give you an idea of your cook times. Ribs and pork, 30 minutes. That's exactly what my ribs were. Beans, 14 minutes. Beef, 26 minutes. Imagine potato, 12 minutes. Vegetables and fish, 5 minutes. My gosh, by the time you get it in there, you're done. It's crazy. And now,
you mentioned the less expensive cuts of meat. So you can do your beef roast. This is a pork roast. We're making our tacos. But you can buy the less expensive cuts of meat infuse them to give them the flavor of the most expensive cut of meat you've ever tasted.
Big difference.
It is. If you've never done like corned beef and hash, and if it's dry and you struggle with dry meat because you're doing it in the oven or on the stovetop, you just don't have the right tools. The pressure cooker is the tool you want when you want those moist. Look at this. I mean, I never even let them put a knife out here because I'm like, what am I going to do with that knife?
Yeah.
You need a couple of forks. And look at that. And at the same time, by the way, that's what I love about pressure cooking. You're doing your sauces because now your sauces are infused. Your meat has had time to sit and soak, and you get that broth that comes straight out all at the exact same time. It's literally one pot cooking.
And I like the little handle for the ladle too, by the way. It comes with a ladle and a spoon.
I know. A lot of people like that.
It's the little things, right?
And then the 6-quart pot comes straight out. You can use this as a stock pot, a crock pot, or, by the way, I always feel to mention this because I get so excited about pressure cooking. You can use your pressure cooker as a slow cooker. Just don't put it under pressure.
You know, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, just don't put it under pressure, and it will cook all day long.
How do you judge
as
your
a slow
time?
cooker? You can set the time manual down here.
Oh, that's right, because that's what I did too.
On the top, you just don't put it under pressure.
So you would just adjust it 4 hours, 6 hours. Oh.
Yeah, you can have it go on as long as you like, and then just don't push the lever that says, airtight.
Perfect.
Just leave it on exhaust.
You see what we have left? We have 1,300 and some and counting remaining. The blue, right, Allison, is the most limited. So the blue... Okay. 90. Oh, my goodness. The red took the lead.
Okay.
90 left in the red. 380 in the blue. The black is the one that I have, and 800 in the black. So clearly just only a few hundred to go around of each across the board. You're going to love it. And you have a full 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes remaining. I cannot encourage you enough. And it's so funny when you've been here. I've been here with it forever and ever and ever. I thought, okay, this is ridiculous. You need to get one home and use it. I'm in my kitchen, like, I'm seriously howling when the meat's coming off the bone. You will be the same way. It will change your life. Look, we're busy. We're on the go. You know, most of us work crazy jobs, crazy hours. You work all day. I know you want to be able to make a great meal for your family. Imagine that you can have ribs. Those ribs falling off the bone in 30 minutes, or beef in 26, or your poultry in 20 minutes. That frozen chicken.
From frozen. I mean, the fish and vegetables I use all the time, the button on it, wearing it off. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do a microwave popcorn in 5 minutes, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
it is mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. Now, when we're talking about those times, I want to talk about the beans. So if you like to do your own fresh beans, here's what I would recommend for you. I go to that health food store and I buy the beans for pennies on the dollar. I buy them from dry. I don't go for the canned beans anymore because they're filled with sodium and preservatives. I go for the dry, all-natural beans, and then I put them in my pressure cooker with any liquid that I want. It could be garlic broth. It could be hot sauce. It could be a can of soup. I can infuse my beans. So I can have pinto beans infused with garlic or hot sauce in between 14 and 25 minutes, depending on the bean, and this all comes in the recipe, from dry. I don't have to soak overnight. I don't have to mess with it. The other thing is your rice and your wild grains. All 5-star restaurants in the world cook with a pressure-based rice cooker. There's a reason they're doing that. It's because rice tastes the best coming under pressure. You can do your rice, and all you do is press the rice button and walk away.
That's it.
You don't have to know how to cook rice. A lot of people, I used to burn rice all day long. Rice can sometimes be touchy, not in a pressure cooker. The other thing I love to do, Bobby, is my vegetables. So this is a great time of year to get a pressure cooker because we have all the heavy meats that we're eating. It's winter. We're doing our soups. We're doing our meats. We're doing our stews. And then in the summertime, do your veggies. And this is the healthiest way to eat a vegetable unless you're going to eat it raw. And I don't know how many of you are eating raw vegetables. You're not going to do that.
Too many of us.
But even when you steam a vegetable, you lose the nutrient content. When it's under pressure, there's nowhere for nutrients to go but back into the vegetable. And you can
that's why you're eating them.
How about can your favorite recipe, put a little tag on it that has the recipe on it, and give it as a gift. Can in your pressure cooker. This pressure cooker is the greatest canner you will ever have.
So matter of minutes only remaining, almost completely sold out now of the red. Obviously only a few hundred remaining of each. The cookbook, I think we have a few hundred left of the cookbook. 500 only left of the cookbook. $19.95, definitely get the cookbook. Okay, red, gone. So the red is sold out. We only have the blue and we have the black. And by the way, we don't know when they're coming back into our inventory. Also, it's another point. It is our #1 best-selling pressure cooker in our HSN history that you're buying for a steal. So if you're home looking, wait a minute, I see $109.90. Imagine where are you going to go and get the performance at $69.90. And then also, I love that you have the benefits of going to hsn.com and you can read the reviews. You can read and hear from your friends, other viewers who've taken the opportunity to buy the unit, get the unit home. And another really good point about this is that you have an opportunity today, as we said, with 30 days to get this home and just take, remember the manual that comes with it. I wanted you to know too that not only does it have some great recipes, but it also has your full cooking chart in here too. So if you have any questions about different kinds of meat, it's all listed right inside of the manual that you get. If you are already a lover of pressure cooking, and we know you're going to be, pick up the book, the final 500 of these to go around. But we start all the different meats, the fish. You can do breads in this.
You could do everything. And I've got to mention what we just pulled out.
What is
Our
that?
Sweet potatoes. This is an awesome recipe that a friend of mine, Joelle, came out with. It is orange juice as your liquid, and then sweet potatoes. We had 6 quarts, by the way, of sweet potatoes inside here. And then in 12 minutes, they were soft enough for me to hand mash. And then you pop a little salt, brown sugar, and cinnamon, and now you have the tastiest, most flavorful, fluffy.
My gosh,
look how
those
fluffy.
look amazing.
Sweet potato recipe, and you've done it in 12 minutes. I haven't had to bake these in the oven for an hour. I haven't had to get out the toaster oven and put it on the countertop. I've done this in 12 minutes. So talk about sides happening immediately. If you've got a celebration coming up where you know you're going to be doing a lot of cooking, you can leave it inside here and use it on keep warm. People coming back all day long eating out of it.
That's a good point. That's what I did with the ribs too, that you can just leave them right in there.
Keep warm.
Okay, so here's what we have. With callers in the phone lines, we have maybe 600 total left, and now it's only in the blue and the black. So the blue is going to be gone next. I think we have like 300 or something like that left only of the blue. What is this?
This is an entire chicken. Here's my little tip. You put the sling inside there. The reason that sling comes out with it, it's just tinfoil sling, is because it's going to be so moist that you want the chicken to come out whole.
You'll actually have a bone.
You'll have a bone. But look at that chicken. Now this was 40 minutes. This is a 7. Look how giant this is.
40 minutes.
40
for
minutes
a 7-pound chicken.
And we've stuffed it, so you can do your rice at the exact same time. Now, how long would that take you in the oven? And would it come out of the oven literally falling apart? Literally falling apart with forks? No, it would probably come out dry. You'd probably skip the white meat and go for the dark meat because the white meat gets dry. Not with a pressure cooker. We glazed it with an orange glaze that we made at the exact same time. So you're going to be able to do your glazes. Look, we have whole oranges in here. So my chicken is now infused with whole oranges. Use your honey bells.
Yeah, exactly.
Pop them in your pressure cooker.
And you can turn around and just thicken that and have your gravy right here,
Absolutely, you can have your gravy. So this is going to do whole meal cooking in a fraction of the time. It's going to do it faster, it's going to do it tastier, and it's going to do it healthier. I mean, we couldn't say that if it wasn't true. The nutrients get infused back into the food, and I love that.
That's the best part. So again, no matter what you were cooking, I just want to keep you updated because basically it looks now with callers on the phone line, maybe that's it. So maybe like 500 with the callers. Not even that, actually, with the callers we have in the ordering process. We have blue, we have black. Those are the final 2 colors that we have available. The fact that we've taken $40 off today and on a credit card. I mean, it's 3 FlexPay payments, $23.30 a payment on any credit card whatsoever, and still with your full 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Oh boy, does that have to look so good to people across the country in parts that are so cold, nothing better than nice.
I know, it's 20 degrees somewhere. My family's in St. Louis. I think it's like 12 degrees or something there. And they're doing chili. And here's the thing. Bobby, ask me how long it took us to do 6 quarts of chili.
6 quarts?
6 quarts.
How long?
18 minutes.
18 minutes?
From all raw ingredients.
What?
18 minutes. You're doing 6 quarts of chili.
Is that one in here? I bet that's in the book, too.
Book, of course it is. Or you can be your own recipe.
And I think there's a chili one in here, too.
That
comes with it, also.
And it tells you the time. So you don't need to... Plus, you just push the button. It'll say stew. It says stew on the front of it. You can actually... we can get a shot down here. It literally says stew somewhere.
Yeah, we should show the internal brain again, because this is the craziest thing about it. You don't really have to know anything. You just have to know what you're cooking and hit the button.
You hit the button. So then that soup and stew, you just pop it on there and walk away. But here's the thing about pressure-cooked chili. Have you ever had chili and it's like always better the second or third day, right? Like, you're like, oh, I'm waiting until the third day to eat that chili. The reason is all the flavors have had time to marry and meld and get to know each other, and they all taste better like 2 or 3 days later. But with a pressure cooker, because it cooks under pressure, all of those flavors instantly get each other's sauces and tastes, and they meld together, and you have, say, next day chili in 18 minutes. It's going to taste like next day chili without the next day which,
exactly.
which I absolutely love. So you're going to do your soups, your stews. We did our whole chicken. We've done breakfast, lunch, dinner, I think, everything so far. And I promised dessert.
Desserts.
She's like, oh.
I know, finally.
We promised dessert. So this isn't just a cheesecake, and everybody probably has their own springform pan that they're able to use. There's a recipe that comes included. You take your springform pan and you do your cheesecake mix, and you pop it in the pressure cooker.
In here?
In 11 minutes, by the way.
11
Look at that.
minutes. Oh, 11 minutes for a delicious, homemade, absolutely incredible cheesecake.
Do your fruit topping, do your chocolate topping, do your whipped cream topping, do a caramel topping, do whatever topping you choose, do a low-fat cheesecake. Now we give you the options to do it fast and quick, and do it with your own fresh ingredients. Don't go to the store and buy something that you aren't sure what's inside it. Do it with your own fresh ingredients, and the reason you can do that now is because we give you time back.
Exactly.
It's like the gift of time.
It is the gift of time. It's the gift of time, the gift of health, and the gift of great food. So, now, Kelly, tell me everything that you have made as well.
I would love to, because we've made so much food here. So, our cheesecake is what we did here, and that was in 9 minutes. So check out our gorgeous cheesecake. We also did our bread bowl full of chili. This is going to be that chili that tastes like next day chili, but it's going to be the same day. This took us 18 minutes, and all we did was pop